It ends Tottenham 1, Villarreal 0. Tottenham opening their Champions League campaign with a victory. Tonight was their return to the competition. Starting off on a good note, stay tuned to the very end to get my thoughts post-match, full analysis on everything that happened in the game. So make sure you do stay tuned, very keen to get involved. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So I'll talk through the goal and then I'll give my thoughts overall on the performance and results. So Lewis Jr. was the unlucky one, as some would say, for Villarreal because it was an own goal in the 4th minute by the goalkeeper. I mean, it's a case of Bergwijn trying to get to Richarlison. It's not even one of these where, like, you can excuse it ever so slightly at all, and of course maybe you feel for him on a human level. It's hard from Spurs' point of view to feel for him in this point of view because you take a goal in any situation, but it is really poor goalkeeping. It's no excuse for that, and because if he's not there, for me it doesn't go to Richarlison. I like Bergwijn, but that's not one of his finest crosses. And I mean, Spurs players just turned away, had the ball. I don't know what he's done, and he can't even use the excuse of it's raining and the ball's wet and the surface is wet. So I don't know what's going there. An absolute howler from the goalkeeper, and he'd be hating it that it's ended 1-0 to Tottenham. But every goal counts. That's what matters. It doesn't matter how it goes in, if you're lucky or not. You've got to be there to capitalise. You've got to take every opportunity you get. It means every goal as well. But no, you do feel for me on a kind of human level. But in terms of for us, overall, I mean, not too convincing performance, not very good performance overall, but I will just say that the performance matters, of course, but the result is what's the most important thing, and I can't express how important it was to kick off our Champions League campaign with a win, and we still got a lot to work on going forward because we play like that every week. We won't be getting the results, but I think we can see how much it meant. You can tell with the players, etc. Like I think Romero and Frank going down the tunnel, it just shows how much it means. So that was really nice to see. But you take it. It's as simple as that. A win is a win, and it's Frank's Champions League debut, Bergwijn's Champions League debut. But also the atmosphere is very good. Pre-match, during the game, very, very impressive. Tifo as well was fantastic, so full credit to CHFC Flags, who I don't think they get the credit they need or deserve for this. I mean, that's fantastic and puts to shame the likes of, not being funny, but Tifo, the likes of Arsenal have done over the last few years, or any club really. That was really well thought and well delivered too. The atmosphere before the game, he had everything in place, and it just didn't deliver in terms of the performance of the game overall from either side. It's a very dull game in particular in that second half. I just felt at times we were far too open, and Villarreal could have easily scored. It just always felt that way. And for Villarreal, for me, their standout performer, believe it or not, is a player I was mentioned pre-match as an Arsenal flop and reject, really a complete disaster, and that is Nicolas Pepe. Come close with a couple of set pieces, to be fair, and was causing problems. If anyone was going to score and not the defence, it would have been him. Loud boos for Thomas Partey when entering the stage for Villarreal. I think we all know the situation with that. I mean, I think the response is totally justified. But for Tottenham, Lucas Bergwijn really standing out in his Champions League debut. I believe he got man of the match again. I thought he was very, very good and looked very lively. I think Kudus as well. Kudus looked tired, and it wasn't his kind of finest performance. But in moments, although he didn't have that kind of wow, where he can get out of tight spaces or wow, incredible pace, but he's crossed into the box. Some of them are really good. There's one in particular where I believe Richarlison gets on the end of it, and he just, for me, should do better. It comes off his hand in the end, so it wouldn't have stood if it did go in. Xavi Simons again, I want to see a little bit more from him. We didn't see a lot in this game. What we did see was good. So again, new signing is going to grow over time. The centre back's done very well, and I felt like there was a lot of pressure on Romero, Van der Ven and Bentancur in particular in this game. It was constant waves and waves of pressure. Sarr as well, man. I mean, we said it before, how much ground he covers. He's like a total athlete, very, very impressive. And when the likes of Paulinho come on as well, I thought he was very good, steered the ship, and when Paulinho come on, the Villarreal threat wasn't quite as evident. I think the referee wasn't great today, if I'm totally honest with you. I think there's a few poor decisions, and it just felt like his yellow cards come out for me a little bit too much for my liking and letting the game flow. I think that's one of the reasons why the game didn't flow very nicely. But ultimately, a great start for Thomas Frank at Tottenham. 5 games, 4 wins, 4 clean sheets, 9 goals scored, 1 goal conceded. So it's very, very impressive. But it's a great start, the Champions League campaign, with a win and a clean sheet. And you can take positives out of it, individual performances, the likes of Lucas Bergwijn, the likes of Pat Matchday, the likes of Kudus and Spells. Richarlison I was frustrated with at times. I think he could have held the ball up better. And just, Richarlison lacked that kind of spark tonight, but no doubt about it, but it's 100% in for the badge, and that's what you can ask, all you can ask for sometimes, to be totally honest with you. But not happy with the performance, happy with the result. I think realistically we can still be aiming for in and around that top 8, although some would say it's a little bit ambitious. That's because of the league phase draw we've got. So Thomas Frank's teams, I think, are good to watch sometimes, but in terms of compared to Anne, sometimes we're going to not be at our best, and sometimes we're going to have to get the job done when we don't deserve to. But top teams always find a way. I say that now and I'll say it again. Top teams always do find a way, and Tottenham did tonight. It's about the winning mentality. Always find a way. Look at Liverpool this season. Always find a way. But thank you very much for watching. Get involved in the comments below what you thought of the game. My man of the match is probably going to go to Lucas Bergwijn as well. But appreciate you all watching. And for now, massive come on you Spurs.